Rynell Nolan, President, CEO, Health Agents for America, coming to you live this Monday. Up to our eyeballs in alligators. Might be a southern saying, but it's absolutely the truth. I want to share with you some very important things going on in our industry. HAFA has representation that sits on the trade association group with CMS and also the stakeholders group with CMS. The stakeholders group recently had a meeting, and there's some things that I wanted to share with you that came out of that meeting. 12 states will redetermine their Medicaid eligibility, so whether to expand Medicaid. So let us know what you hear in your state, if there's anything important that we need to know that we might have missed. The public health emergency has been extended 90 days. And they were notified for 13. So as we know, each state is going to redetermine when they're going to redetermine their Medicaid eligibility. So those folks that are now making too much money or income will be able to get a marketplace plan that has been put off for 90 days. So we'll know as each state redetermines that and decides when they're going to put that into place. CMS is committed to the work agents do. They are aware and concerned of the impact of the SEP commission issue. They are actively investigating the issue, and CMS is actively exploring the options they can enforce. So HAFA has been on top of it. We have recently been a part of a Fortune article, and also most recently a Modern Healthcare that has caused some ruckus in the industry, and I'll get to that in just a minute. The final rule from CMS regarding commission transparency, they are still collecting information, and the final rule is not proposed. It's not released yet, but they are still working on that. The family glitch, I've sent that information out to you, so you can review that. Public comments can be given until June 6th. Very important for you to pay attention. And if finalized, these changes for the family glitch would take place 1/1/2023, which is right around the corner. The healthcare.gov and EDE partners for the FFM will be ready for the 2023 open enrollment. So a lot of things going on in the FFM and the state marketplace that you need to be aware of. Commission transparency. We had a wonderful webinar last week by Dyser's Law going over the group rules. Very important. That was also an article that's in Monday Morning News that was covered by Susan Roop of Insurance News Net. So thanks to Susan for covering this important issue, and thanks to Dyser's Law and their attorneys and their staff for putting on an amazing webinar for our members and the industry at large. You have heard that, Louisiana was trying to pass a law that said they were adopting an NAIC model notice that had a paragraph that allowed for commissioners to approve discretionary groups. So groups that did not have employer-employee, association group, union, they were none of the norm. It would allow states, or allow commissions or directors or whoever is in charge of that state to approve discretionary groups. I went down the rabbit hole full force, talked to the NAIC, talked to state government, reviewed. I was told Louisiana was one of 5 states that had adopted this language, and it turned out that wasn't the truth. But the more I dug, there are a lot of states that has this information, this piece of the law in their statute. And what we found out is most states have not, approved any discretionary groups. But as an industry, we need to understand what states include this discretionary language and be aware of it. So I had all plans that morning of the the Senate Insurance Committee meeting of killing the bill. That was what I was going to do just because someone goes to the table and says it's an NAIC model notice doesn't mean it's good for any respective state. But anyway, at the last hour the night before, Arkansas sent me their legislation. And in their legislation, they added a bullet point that said that the group must be actuarially sound, which makes a huge difference. Means that that director, that commissioner can't just approve just anything. That group has to be actuarially sound, which gives the insurance companies a little bit more leeway in underwriting that group. So ninth hour, I woke up. I was like, what should I really do? How hard should I fall? Should I make an enemy of the Department of Insurance even more than I had? And I decided to ask to put this amendment in. And the amendment was passed. It has gone to the Senate floor, passed the Senate floor, and gone back to the Legislative Bureau. So this is something that we might want to look at in each respective state, of possibly adding this caveat to protect our states, our market from, discretionary groups being approved going forward. But just a little information about what I've done lately and what's kept me up late at night. Also in the Monday morning news is Bright Health has exited 6 states following year losses. Now, if you read the Fortune article and you read the Modern Healthcare article, one of the things I said was, you can say that you lost money, and that's not a reason to cut our commissions, because I want you to go and look at the top management of those companies and check their income, which will not be zero. And that's what they've decided to pay my members, our industry, zero. So I'm not saying that HAFA had anything to do with this at all, besides help put a spotlight on the fact that if you're not doing good in that respective state and you cannot pay the people that work in that state, maybe you should have pulled out of that state. I really don't know. I'm not here to determine what Bright should or should not do. What I'm telling you is what they have done. So they will no longer be offer individual and family plans in Illinois, New Mexico, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Utah, or Virginia. And you'll remember that we learned about what happened in Utah from Rebecca Yates, one of our members, that Utah pointed to the CMS letter December 16, 2016, that said, you can't do that. You can't do that mid-year and hurt folks going forward. Virginia did the same thing. They pointed to the CMS letter, and Utah and Virginia, Bright reversed their decision of not paying commissions. Ninth hour, a month later, they decide they're going to remove themselves from those states respectively. So important to know that. In the Modern Healthcare, I was given information about Anthem not paying for SEPs in certain states. Anthem has assured Modern Healthcare that they are paying SCPs in all states. I even got a phone call from Anthem that I'm going to return as soon as I get all the documentation from our members straight. I am under the, I received information that Anthem in Kentucky and Missouri were not paying SCPs, and I'm not sure if there's anybody else, but I want to make sure that I bring that to Anthem and then back to Modern Healthcare, so they know that HAFA is absolutely given the correct information and the right information from our members. So we're on it. We are on it. It's the reason we started HAFA. We are on it. So a little bit more about the family glitch. Hopefully you'll take a few minutes, maybe more than a few minutes, because it's several pages, maybe 35 or so pages, and read over the family glitch. But HAFA is honored that we have a brainiac from Pennsylvania, and Joshua has put together through his website, the Pennsylvania Health Associates, step by step what he thinks about the proposed rules. And it's in your Monday morning news, and I encourage you to take a look at it. So I would say these are your helpful cliff notes. Encourage you to read the other, but some people it just makes your head swell and it's hard. It's just something that you just don't get. That's fine. Definitely read what Joshua has put together. He always gives us some great information. It helps our members understand. So thank you big time, Joshua. You are again just one of our bright lights, our shining stars, that we love the fact that you're a HAFA member. I want to close with the summit. And again, it is August 17th through 19th in Nashville, Tennessee. I have signed the contract with 21C Museum. You can call and say you're with the Health Agents for America block, or Tori will have that link in our Monday morning news, and we will be sending out a separate save the date information to help you get registered for the event and also book your rooms. So you want to go ahead and book your rooms ASAP. It's a boutique hotel, so there's not a whole lot of rooms. We want to make sure that if HAFA uses the block that we set aside, that we can add some more ASAP. So please book your room today. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Do it. Go ahead and book your room. The Wednesday night, we'll have a reception at the Penthouse Suite and just have a mix and mingle with our speakers and our sponsors. All day Thursday, we'll have CE and visitation with our sponsors. Thursday night will be a black tie affair. We will have a full casino that comes in, and we'll have a fundraiser for the PAC. And then Friday, we will have a half a day CE. Again, HAFA does it first class. We treat our members like the kings and queens that they are. So a full breakfast, lunch, cocktails with the Wednesday and Thursday, and hors d'oeuvres Wednesday and Thursday nights. So please join us. It will be a great event, I promise. Great speakers. We've invited Dean Mose from CMS, waiting for CMS to approve him to come and speak with us. So you will want to be there. You'll want to be there for all the speakers that are there, not only to talk about the individual market, but the group market and how we succeed going forward. So we got some great things happening. Please let me know if there's something happening in your state that we need to know about, that we need to be there for. Very important that I know about all commission issues, that I know if someone isn't paying you. As you can see, the PSA works. All you've got to do is download that PSA, send it to your Department of Insurance, send it to your state and federal legislators, and send it to the media. All you've got to do is do that. That is the work that needs to be done. It'll be picked up, I promise you. It's not hard. And if that's something that you do not want to be the spokesperson, then we will absolutely help you with that. Craig Gusson out of California does a lot of media work. So does Pat Cassell from Nevada. We are going to have an upcoming webinar that Tori's going to help put together on how to connect with the media, how to make that work to our benefit. So I'm excited about that webinar. Wait for that to be coming very soon. We might even do that at the summit. Just flew into my head. Things fly into my head all the time. But anyway, proud and honored to represent the HAFA Freedom Fighters, the best of the best, the cream of the crop. You guys rock this world, and you deserve to be paid. Have a great week.